Hey everyone, it's Jen from Lodo Family, and we are back with another $100 grocery challenge. Now, I'm sticking with Ingles this week, and we're looking at their ad that starts today, September 6th, and runs all the way to September 12th. Now, my goal for this $100 grocery challenge is we want some well-balanced meals. We want to try to be minimally processed, and we're going to do a meal plan that includes breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. Let's see what we got. I'm always going to start with the meat section of the ad because I believe that if you can figure out what kind of meats you're going to make, it really helps your meal plan go so much better. So let's start. They have the Tyson trimmed and ready chicken breasts, and this is actually the breasts, the tenders, or the thin sliced. They're $3.98 a pound. Now, it does say that they typically are $5.98 a pound. So at first glance, this is a pretty good deal. If you got the breasts, you're looking at a package with about 3 breasts in it that'll run $4.94. You can also do the chicken tenders, has about 6 pieces in a package, and it's going to be about $5.77. If you're on a tight budget, though, the better deal is going to be the Tyson 5-pound bag of thighs for $6.38 because that comes out to $1.27 a pound. The next option is the beef London broil or top round roast. They're on sale for $4.98 a pound. And these typically are about $7.38 a pound. So you can be on a budget and still eat steak. We personally love to grill London broil, and it usually makes enough for dinner as well as for leftovers. Now, this price isn't super awesome because we typically buy it when it's closer to $3.98 a pound, but it's not bad. The next option is the Smithfield marinated pork tenderloins. This is the larger size because they do have some that are in the 14-ounce size. So $6.48 is a pretty good deal. They typically run about $7.98. Now, occasionally we really stock up when they go down to about $4.99 each. Now, this next one, I know technically it's processed, but you know what? Kids love breaded chicken, especially the Dino Nuggets, okay? And they have the Purdue fresh breaded chicken. They're 12-ounce packages. They come in the Dino Nuggets, they come in the strips, or they come in the cutlets. Now, what's interesting about this is buy one, get one free. So they're typically $4.88 each, but on sale, they'll be $2.44 each. What's even more interesting is these are in like the regular meat section. If you go over to the frozen section, Purdue has a line of frozen Dino Nuggets, cutlets, and strips, and they typically are about 24-ounce size, and they run about $10.28. So this would actually be a great stock up price if this is something that you typically eat a lot of. $2.44 each. You can easily just go ahead and put these straight in the freezer. We do. They defrost fine. They cook fine. The next option is the Louis Kemp imitation crab meat. These are 8-ounce packages, buy one, get one free. They're typically $2.98, but these will be $1.49 each. The next option is the Star-Kissed tuna. Now, these are the small packs that run about 2.5 ounces to 4.5 ounces. Keep in mind that these smart bowls, the ones that say rice and beans, are the ones that weigh 4.5 ounces. Now, at first glance, this looks like a good deal, but when you consider you can buy a 5-ounce can of Laura Lynn tuna for 98 cents as a regular price. They do have the Star-Kissed 5-ounce cans on sale for $1.18. So if you're really brand loyal to Star-Kissed, I would just buy the 5-ounce can. Next up, once again, we have the Gorton's shrimp, buy one, get one free. I've seen this deal probably at least 4 times this summer, so I don't know if we're going to see this again. So if you maybe missed it on previous trips, I know that they do sell out pretty quick sometimes. Now, the one to keep in mind here is they range from 9 ounces to 14 ounces. The ones that are shown, the beer battered shrimp, the air fried shrimp, and they also have like a southern style and a beer battered, or it's a butterfly shrimp. Those are the ones that all tend to be 9 ounces. Your best deal is actually the 14-ounce popcorn shrimp because you're getting the most and you're only going to pay, it comes out to $4.94 a box. And the last one is these al fresco sausages. They only have 2 flavors. It's the smoked andouille or the sweet apple. I've had both of them, and honestly, it's really good for a chicken sausage. It's kind of something new. These are buy one, get one free. They typically are $5.88, but this week you can get them for $2.94 a piece. Now, to be honest with you, I'm not super excited about the fresh produce in this week's ad. There was very little compared to previous weeks. One good item that I saw was the beefsteak tomatoes for $1.28 a pound. These typically run about $2.50 to $2.70, so that's a good deal. Fall is coming, and so this is our first week where we have like a fall squash on sale. These typically run $1.98 a pound, and they're on sale for 98 cents a pound. There's 3 varieties. You can get spaghetti squash, butternut squash, or 2 different kinds of acorn squash. Keep in mind, a spaghetti squash is normally about 4 pounds, a butternut squash is about 3 pounds, and depending on the variety of acorn squash, it's typically 1.5 pounds. So if this is something you like, this would be a good price. Now, they have the 5-pound bag of red potatoes again on sale. So if you didn't get it last week, you can get it this week for $3.98. That is a pretty good savings. It's $2 off. It's normally about $5.98. Now, as far as fruit goes, the only real option they had were apples, and they had 2 different kinds. You could get a 3-pound bag of Fuji organic apples for $4.98, or you can get regular ginger gold apples, but it's a 5-pound bag for $4.98. So if organic is important to you, go with the Fuji. If it's not, then I would just go with the ginger gold. Personally, I have no preference when it comes to produce, because to me, a lot of the organic stuff is just smaller and less quantity. So you can still eat fresh fruits and vegetables, and you don't necessarily have to be organic. Okay, the next stop is the dairy and the frozen section. Now, we've been having a lot of cheese on sale, and it's continued on to this week. This week, Laura Lynn, this is your sliced cheese. They're going to be 6.8 to 8 ounce size for $1.48. And typically they run, it's a little over $3. It's like $3.18. So this is a good deal. It's getting close to like a stock up price, and you can freeze cheese. So if this is something you use a lot, that might be something to stock up on. Now, they did have a couple different ice creams on sale this week, and most of them are for 2 for $7 or 2 for $6. But this is one of those things that if you want to splurge, that's totally fine. And if it's in your budget, go ahead and get it. But look out the ounces. This Mayfield carton of ice cream is 56 ounces. Some of the other ones were only like 14 ounces or 36 ounces. So if you're going to splurge, I would just get the most bang for your buck. And honestly, Mayfield makes really good ice cream. If you are really, I don't particularly like margarine. I just don't. Maybe on toast, but in general, I cook with butter. But if you didn't stock up when butter was at a good price, 98 cents for Land O'Lakes margarine is a good price, because it typically runs about $3. So that's up to you if you need it or not. Another block cheese, they have the Amish country cheese. It's $1.88 a pack. Now, what's interesting about this is it's normally $4.38. It's pretty expensive. But right now, if you were to just buy the Laura Lynn block cheese, it's $2.58. So if you need block cheese, I would go ahead and get the Amish country cheese, and it's really good, by the way. They have their Green Giant vegetables on sale again, 10 for 10. So if you missed it last week, it's on sale again. Keep in mind, though, that I know for a fact that these sell out pretty quick at my store. I went 3 times last week to get some, and at one point, all they had was buttered peas. Not my favorite. Here's another option as far as a meat goes. They have the Rosina meatballs. It's a 20 to 26 ounce bag for $5.98. Now, if you like frozen meatballs, and some flavors and styles I like better than others, this is not a bad price, because I looked at others and they had smaller bags on sale for $3.98 each, but they were only 14 ounces. So those smaller bags are about 28 cents per ounce, whereas these are 23 cents an ounce. And this is a good item just to have in your freezer for a quickie meal when you either forget to defrost something or you just don't know what to make. The last option is the Pick Sweet frozen vegetables. They're on sale for 4 for $10. This is a crazy misleading picture here. And the reason why is because some of the Pick Sweets are 4 for $10. Others are actually 2 for $4. So that's $2.50 versus $2. The items that I found that were in this 4 for 10 were like okra, butternut squash, kale, stuff like that. The ones that were on sale for 2 for 4 are your mixed veggies, green beans, corn, stuff like that. And I actually saw a bunch of bird's eye vegetables that were on sale, but I didn't see them in the ad. And so they had a whole bunch of 10-ounce bags of bird's eye for 4 for 7, which makes it $1.75. So that's actually a much better deal. Last stop in the ad is the pantry section. This is the section that's kind of in the middle of the store where you have your dry goods. And surprisingly, their pantry options have been pretty decent for the last couple weeks. So to start off with, they have the Sara Lee butter bread or the Thomas English muffins. To give you an idea, this is buy one, get one free. So the Sara Lee is going to be $2.08 each, and the Thomas English muffins are going to be $2.65 each. The regular Laura Lynn bread is $1.77. So it's pretty close. It just depends on which like brand name that you like. Another option is the hamburger helper meals, and this does include like the chicken helper and the tuna helper. These are buy one get one free. They're normally $2.50 a piece, so they're $1.25. Hamburger helper is not my favorite, but you know what? When, like we mentioned before, if you forgot to defrost something or you just need like a really quick dinner, these work. And as a little bonus here, just because it says to add hamburger or turkey, you can really add almost any meat to any of these. So I usually, at this price, it's actually cheaper to buy them to make them. So I would probably stock up on a few of these and just keep them in your pantry. The next option is they have the Kellogg's Rice Krispie Treats. It's back to school time. These are 8-count boxes. So $1.78 comes out to less than 25 cents each, which to me is a pretty good deal. But they also have their Rice Krispie boxes, their large box of 12-ounce cereal for $2.98. And those boxes typically run, let me double check, $6.48 is the price in the normal box. So that's actually a really good deal. So I would probably just buy the box of cereal and make my own Rice Krispie treats. Now, we're huge fans of the Chock-full of Nuts coffee, and they go on sale about once every 3 months. They typically are $14.58 as the regular price. So when I see them for $6.98, I typically buy, if I can afford it, I'm going to buy 3 of them for the next 3 months until it goes on sale again. Now, last week they had the Libby's vegetables on sale for 68 cents, and this week it's the Laura Lynn vegetables. So if you didn't stock up last week, this would be a good deal. Now, I know this is kind of processed, but if you have small kids, you just know that they like mac and cheese. My husband and I would prefer to get the deluxe mac and cheese for 2 for $3, but my kids surprisingly like the cheapest mac and cheese on the planet. So $2, 2 of them for $1 is actually a good price. And actually we stock up on these ones that are super cheap to take camping or just as a lunch on a weekend. So they have the Laura Lynn salad dressing on sale. They're typically $2.28, so 2 for $3 is a good price. We actually really love their bacon ranch flavor, so we'll definitely be picking up a couple of those this week. Now, they do have stuffing mix on sale for $1.28, which seems like a good price, but they're normally $1.88. So I'll leave that one up to you. The closer we get to Thanksgiving, you're more likely to see these for 88 or 98 cents. Last but not least, they have the Laura Lynn grated Parmesan cheese. This is a really decent sized container for $2.88, and typically it's $3.98. So if this is the cheese that you use, definitely pick them up. They would go great with the meatballs. So now that we've gone through all of the sale items as far as what would be a good deal, I've made a meal plan. So let's start with dinners. I've got 6 dinners this week. The first one is a garlic and herb pork tenderloin. We'll do that in the oven. We'll do some mashed potatoes, and in the oven, we'll do some roasted carrots. And then we'll have a portion of canned Mandarin oranges for the fruit. The next night, we can have a sausage sheet pan meal. We're going to use those alfresco sausages. We'll do some roasted potatoes, frozen mixed vegetables, and some canned mixed fruit. Now, if you don't particularly want to do mashed potatoes or roasted potatoes, you could switch the starch on these 2 meals to be like the spaghetti squash or the butternut squash or the acorn squash. Perfectly good. Another night, maybe we're having a really busy week this week with different appointments or school activities, let's do a tuna helper. I did the creamy broccoli flavor with a can of tuna, frozen mixed vegetables, and some canned mandarin oranges. Another busy night, we can do the Dino Nuggets, some mac and cheese, canned peas, and a banana. And I would probably give each kid half a banana, and if they still wanted more, then go cut up another banana. Another night, we can do baked chicken thighs with some white rice, canned corn, and some more canned mixed fruit. And then we're going to take any leftover pork tenderloin and we're going to turn it into sweet and sour pork with canned pineapple. And I like to make just a really simple sweet and sour sauce. You basically use ketchup, white vinegar, water, sugar, and cornstarch. But if you don't want to make it from scratch, you can buy a little seasoning pack. They're fairly inexpensive. We're going to serve this over white rice with a side of frozen broccoli, and we'll probably do half a banana for each kid again. For breakfast, we're going to switch it up this week, and we're going to do some toasted English muffins. We can do scrambled eggs. We can do Rice Krispie cereal with milk. And I did find that they had some muffin mixes that we can make some pumpkin spice mini muffins. You get about 20 mini muffins out of one pack, and I like the packs where you just add milk because it comes out much cheaper. And then, of course, we can have bananas with breakfast. For lunch, we're going to have a lot of leftovers this week. In fact, depending on how many chicken thighs we cook, we can also do some chicken salad that we can put on English muffins. And I would just use some of the Laura Lynn salad dressing instead of mayo. For snacks and treats this week, if you hadn't guessed, we're going to do some homemade Rice Krispie treats. We can do some carrots with ranch. We'll probably have some extra pumpkin mini muffins and, of course, bananas. Now, I'm going to put a whole big thing in the description where you can copy and paste the whole menu and you can copy and paste the whole grocery list. So here's what we're going to get this week at Ingles. We're going to get the alfresco andouille sausage, 5-pound bag of chicken thighs. We're going to do the Smithfield pork tenderloin. We're going to do a pack of Purdue Dino Nuggets. For produce, we're going to get a 1-pound bag of carrots, a 5-pound bag of red potatoes, 8 bananas, because honestly, there was just not a whole lot of fresh fruit options, and we've just done apples, I think, the last 2 weeks. In the frozen and dairy section, we can do bird's eye vegetables. The 10.8 ounce bag was on sale, but I also found that they had the 19 ounce family sized mixed vegetables for $1.88. So you buy one bag, you cook it once, and then you've got vegetables for 2 nights. We'll do the Laura Lynn 12-count eggs, a gallon of milk. For the pantry, the center of the store, we're going to do the Rice Krispie cereal, 1-pound bag of white rice. We're going to do 1 can of Mandarin oranges, and that typically works for 2 dinners. We'll do an 8-ounce can of pineapple, another 15-ounce can. This is the Libby's Chunky Fruit. Surprisingly, it was on sale, but there was no mention of it. We're going to do one of the deluxe boxes of the mac and cheese. We'll do the tuna helper, the creamy broccoli flavor. We'll do a 5-ounce can of tuna. It was the Martha White muffin mix that was on sale. So I said pumpkin spice, but they have like 5 or 6 different flavors. We're going to do a bag of the Jet Puff 12-ounce bag of marshmallows, which was on sale but not mentioned. And then for the Laura Lynn 15-ounce can of peas, a 15-ounce can of corn. In case you needed it, the Sunbird sweet and sour seasoning mix, and the Laura Lynn bacon ranch, and the Thomas English muffins. Now, of course, if you have any of these items already, you wouldn't necessarily need it, so you wouldn't have to do it, and your price might be lower than mine. So this week's grocery list was a total of 33 items, and it came out to $56.30 plus tax. When I did a pickup order, the total came out to $58.01. So depending on where you live and what the tax rates are, you could probably estimate it would be close to that. So surprisingly, even though this week I don't think there was a just absolutely amazing deals, we were able to go ahead and do a full week's of breakfast, lunches, and dinners, and a snack, and we only spent $58. So that would potentially leave us about $41 in our budget. And this is something where I would stock up on my coffee. I would buy at least 1 or 2 of them, possibly even 3 of them to get me until the next sale cycle. This would also be a time to stock up on those Purdue breaded chicken. To me, they're a little bit better than just your standard frozen chicken nuggets. And I have put them in the freezer, just in the package they come in, and they cook up completely fine, a couple weeks or a month later. Some of the other items, you could go ahead and pick up a couple more hamburger helpers or a couple mac and cheeses, keep them in your pantry. The good deal on the canned vegetables. Or say your pantry is kind of stocked up, or you're really saving for Christmas. I'm going to put a link in the description for one of my free Christmas savings challenges. So that $41 could potentially go towards saving for Christmas. Or if you're in the middle of a debt repayment plan, that could be 41 extra dollars that you put towards your credit card this month. Any which way you do it, I'm just trying to give you a realistic option of how you can feed a family of 4 for under $100 a week and eat healthy. So if you have a store that you would like me to do a $100 challenge in, let me know. If you're going to do any of these deals this week or use any part of the menu, just let me know. Have a great week. Thanks so much.